right, everyone. Welcome to MIT App Inventor Week 5. Can't believe it's already Week 5. 1 month has passed. But today we are going to be starting a new project in MIT App Inventor, a platform that we have been learning about for the past 5 weeks. A really cool platform which allows us to develop apps and test them on our phones or any mobile devices. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Introductions of Rayan. He'll catch you guys back next week or in next month in August. But we all know who Rayan is, and same for me. We all know who I am, Loppy Jane. No need to dwell too much on introductions. So let's go ahead and get started for today's agenda. So I changed it a little bit today. Instead of a would you rather question of the day, we will quiz our brains for something more challenging. I added a riddle or a cognitive question of the day for today. So all of us will be given a single question, which will be posted on the screen. And we have to think of an answer. And if you do get an answer, keep quiet until like 2 minutes has passed, and after that we will share what we think. Now, we will review the schedule shift, which should be familiar to us because we've been going through that for the past couple of weeks. So schedule shifting, just to remind you guys. Finally, third thing out of the 5, we will fill out a survey about tech bytes. Now, there was a post on Google Classroom that I made within the last hour. So if you have already filled out the survey, you don't have to, but we'll be given about like 5 minutes. So you guys can fill that survey out to just tell us about how you guys think, what you guys think about these sessions that Rayan, Joe, and I have brought to you guys. And finally, review the app development process, the crucial process that is basically what apps are made from. And we will review that to, again, know how to go on with the app that we are making. And finally, we're going to start our new app. Now, we did have a little bit of a sneak peek or review before class, but I'll keep the rest to the later slides. All right, so today's riddle. Today's riddle has no words. It's kind of like a cognitive ability test, but basically these are 3 patterns that are, I guess, chronological. So this comes first, second, third. Which one is the 4th one? So the 2 minutes start now. I'm gonna put a timer for 2 minutes. If you get the answer, don't shout it out just right now. Keep it in your mind, but we will share once the 2 minutes are over. Or if you do have an answer, just give me a thumbs up. So if we only need 1 minute, 30 seconds, we can do that as well.
Can you repeat the riddle? I don't.
Yeah, so the riddle question is pretty simple. The riddle gives you these 3 patterns. You just want to you have to return or pick which one of these 3 or 4 options will go next. Over here. A, B, C.
Did it say what I think it is?
Not yet, because we want to let others think for themselves, but we have 45 seconds left. So hang tight. So again, if you have the answer, give me a thumbs up. Or if you think you have the answer, give me a thumbs up. We got one from Ashna, one from Joe, Avnish, I see. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, what do we think is the answer? Just shout it.
C.
Yep. And Isha, Ashna, Joe, what do you guys? Do you guys agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Anyone disagree?
Agreed.
No? Okay, yeah. C is the correct answer. And anyone want to give an explanation why? Not Avnish.
No, like all the other ones.
Avnish. But someone other than Avnish, because Avnish did give the answer. So Isha, Ashna. If you... all right, go ahead, Avnish.
Okay, so I chose C because all of the other ones had 1 plus in it, and C is only one with a plus. Other ones, like all of the 3 patterns, but they had like at least one of each symbol, and A, B, and D only have 2 symbols. So C is the one with exactly like all, at least one symbol like of every other. So then that would be like the best answer.
Very nice. So, just to remark, at a first glance, just imagine like how hard we thought it would be. But when we do delve into it a little bit more, it turns out that the riddle was such a simple riddle where you just need to know which of these options has a plus mark. So I hope you guys liked it, and let's go on to reviewing the schedule changes. I do see a couple of new names, so I'll go over it. So the last 2 weeks of July, and let me start annotating. All right, last 2 weeks plus the 15th of July have been moved to the first 2 weeks of August, just because of the availability of Ryan and I. But don't worry, we are not canceling all of them. We're just moving them to the first 2 weeks of August. And you guys probably got an email about last week or the week before. So that sums up about the reminder for July schedule changes. And what is this not working? Oh, it's because I'm annotating. All right, now if I stop annotating, there you go. All right, so here is the survey. I'm going to escape it now.
Why is it called Tiny UR? Wait, what was that?
Nothing. This is just the, oh, okay, I need to sign in again.
That was like a YouTube video.
So I have a video of the demonstration of the game, the end result of the game that we're playing, and I will paste the link to the survey in the chat. Where's the chat? I keep losing the chat. All right, here we go. It should take about 2 to 3 minutes. It's pretty short, easy questions.
Hey, wait, you got us back. I already knew it was a YouTube video, so I didn't click on it.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we do. I kind of need everybody to fill out the survey, so please go ahead and click.
She finally got us.
Google Classroom.
Yes.
Oh, here's the link to the Google Classroom.
I didn't fall for it. I didn't fall for it.
Lobby's stinking. I gave the link to the classroom.
Oh my God. How do you guys feel getting rickrolled? For those of you who haven't rickrolled me, I'm sorry about this, but this is what you call being rickrolled. these kids, Avanish, Chase, and Bjorn, and Pritosh have.
I'm gonna make you cry. I'm gonna
Right.
say that.
Did I rickroll you?
I mean, you were part of the group.
Yeah, but I never rickrolled you.
Joe is showing a QR code. You guys. All right.
Bob, you already gave it away. When you clicked on it accidentally, I saw YouTube on the tab.
Yeah, I can.
Something was sus.
But I still got a couple of you guys. So yeah, Avnish did put the actual form link on in the chat. So that is correct. That's not a referral, but go ahead and fill that out. And let me know when you guys are done.
Where's Rayan?
Rayan is out of town. If you have a message you want to pass to him, you can let us know.
What happened today is the message.
That you got a rickroll?
No. That other people did.
Ignoring the less important details. I could probably do that. How many questions are in this?
Not many. There are like
There are 3 pages.
yeah.
Oh. Lobby just rickrolled herself.
No. I was just cleaning up some links. I accidentally clicked on one.
Yep, you just rickrolled yourself.
I did. Alright, how are we doing on the survey?
I'm finishing up. I'm finishing up the second page.
Okay.
Oh wow, that last page.
Avanish, if I hear a click this coming from you, I am not going to click it.
No, it's
No,
not.
let me check it. Oh, it's fine. You're fine. It's not Rickroll. I just checked. It's not. It actually is real.
What is it about?
Chase, yeah, your word means nothing either.
Yeah.
You can actually hear it.
I remember you did say a Rickroll.
This is an oh my spot. This is actually what he said it is. So it is. You can if it's not, then you can go ahead and Rickroll me. I'll do it anyway. So it's a true one.
I know I shouldn't believe you. No, I'm not.
It's true. For real. It's about the all my. I ain't kidding. Just trust me.
No.
One time, and then you'll forget about it. You will. Even Chase says it's real. 2 versus 1, we win.
That's a long time ago.
Do it. I'm not playing.
All right. Are we good? Yes, no?
If you clicked it, you didn't get Rickroll.
All right, fine. I'm gonna click it.
It's just a yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah. That's actually what I was gonna show you guys. How it's been played. So, Avanish is 1 step ahead. Very nice, Avanish. All right. Let's go ahead and start our project. If you still haven't done, or if you haven't finished the survey, it's fine. You guys can finish that after session ends. But yeah, before we do start, a couple of things. First, download the app, MIT AI2 Companion app. That's how we run our apps that we code on our phones. And that's the really cool part about MIT App Inventor. So don't forget to download that. It's just a reminder. And finally, the app development process, something that we've been going over a couple of times, but we still need to go over just to understand and memorize the process and remember it when we do actually code our app. So first, so now this is the app development process. When you create an app on your own, you have to brainstorm. Brainstorm meaning you have to know what parts your app needs to have, what parts it doesn't need to have. For what we're gonna make right now, it'll be more of a tutorial based, meaning that we know what we want to make. So this first part, the brainstorm part, won't be as crucial because we already know that we're gonna make the oh my spikes. Second is visualize. Right now, basically we're gonna visualize using the design components in MIT App Inventor, and that's the other thing that I wanted to go over, but that's on the next slide, so stay tight. And then brainstorm more, of course, code, debug, and you guys will see this when we do code this. And yeah. So coding, today's focus, our new project, of course. Coding is something that we will start next week. Today, we'll just be adding all of the components and the media to our project because that'll be a huge section of making the app because since it's a game, it'll have a bunch of sprites and canvases where and timers where which help with the animation, with the visual UI and all of that. So today won't be much of a coding day, but it'll be more of the setting up day, which is the design part of making the app. So next part, open up MIT or appinventor.mit.edu. And I'll show you guys this video and I'll paste the link in the chat as well. Where is it? I keep losing the chat, so I'm sorry if this is really long, but here we go. So I pasted the link in the chat, and I'll play this 14-second video to see how this game will look at the end.
So you control the yellow thing?
Yeah.
And what are those gray things?
Those are spikes.
What does that have to be rectangular?
So that's just how the sprites work. It's easier to have rectangular sprites. But yeah. Oh no, I don't want to click that. All right, let's just X that out. All right, now that we have seen our end product, so kind of like that brainstorm part, but we already know what we're gonna make. So let's go ahead and go to our project. Project name, let's go to my projects. All right, project name, we're gonna say, oh, my spikes, take bytes. And the really cool part about making projects from tutorials is we only follow the tutorials to a certain extent, because once we do have a working project, then we can add in whatever things that we want to add in. For example, as Albany said, maybe we don't want to make the spikes as rectangular. We can turn those spikes into some sort of triangular spikes. But we do that once we finish following the tutorial. That way everything is ensured to be working, and we get to add in some unique parts to it. So let's go ahead and open up our empty project. If you guys are following along, if any one of you guys are, make sure to let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow, if you want me to go through something once again. But let's go ahead and start adding our components. We're gonna have a lot of components. So let's go ahead and search for our first component, which will be the canvas. So I'm just gonna go under palette and search up canvas. And the first thing that comes up is what I need. I'm gonna drag and drop it to the screen. And before I do, actually after I do drag and drop it, I just realized that our screen is named screen 1, but it's better to name our screen something that's meaningful. So let's call it the spike day or something like that. Whatever you want to call it, it's just something there for UI purposes. So the syntax or what you call it doesn't matter. We just want it to be meaningful instead of just screen 1. All right, back on canvas, I clicked on canvas over here. I want to make sure that the height is fill parent. What this means is parents and childs in coding is a whole different like learning unit, but a top level review of it would be parent is something that encases a child. So the parent of our app would be our phone, because our app is inside our phone. Similarly, this canvas is inside the screen. So the screen is the parent component to the canvas, and the canvas is the child component to the screen. All right, so fill parent basically means expand until you reach the size of the parent. So what is our parent here? It's screen 1. Pretty simple once we do know what it means, but we do see the representation of what fill parent means, because once we do fill parent, it expands until it reaches the screen size, which is what we want, because we want our game canvas where all of our game components will go. We want that to be as big as possible so that the user can play the game.
How did you make it cover like the whole screen? I put fill parent and then it's still vertical.
Yeah, so you have to fill parent in the height and the width.
Oh, okay. Okay, now it works.
All right, sounds good. Now, inside the game canvas, we're gonna add in a bunch of sprites. And to search up sprites, we're gonna say image sprites. Pretty simple. Image sprite with no S, but go ahead. So we're gonna drag and drop it onto the screen. And naming sprites is crucial, just like naming other things are. And therefore, we're gonna rename it using this rename button down here. So after I select the image sprite 1, we're gonna rename it to the bird sprite. So that's the bird that we are going to control. All right. And before we do go on, I'm just gonna rename the screen too to spiking. All right. No, not this. Sorry, this is still bird sprite. But the screen we want to rename to.
I can't rename it.
Yeah, I agree. I cannot either. Let's leave it like that. I just wanted to do it because I had time, but let's go ahead and not do that because Spy Game is already here. This is just for us. We won't get confused. So yeah. All right. So the other thing. Actually, now we just keep adding sprites. So drag and drop another image sprite. Now we call this sprite the play sprite. Now, as a heads up, this play sprite will work as the play button. So whenever your bird dies or hits the sprite or the spike, this play button will appear and then it'll disappear once we do click it again. So that's the play sprite. Again, I'm gonna drag another image sprite, and now this time we're gonna rename it Spikes Up. Okay. Drag and drop another sprite. We're gonna rename this Spikes Down. Or rather, not down, I'm gonna keep that bottom, just to keep it consistent. All right. Drag and drop another sprite. Rename this to Spike 4. And then do that for Spike 3, 2, and 1. So Spike 3. Okay. Spike 2. Again, this is pretty repetitive, so shouldn't be that hard. But we need to make sure that we are doing it correctly, or else we're going to get errors later on in the next couple of weeks. So Spike 2, and then this is Spike 1. Okay.
Should have 8 sprites now, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 8. And we're gonna add in one last sprite. This one's gonna be a header sprite. We're gonna know its use a little later on. Header sprite, all right. And that should be it for our sprites. Now, that's not it for the whole game because we need to add in several things like labels. So outside, let's see. In our screen this time, not in the canvas, we're gonna drag and drop this label. Let's put it where it says blue. Perfect. We're gonna label the label. Sorry, I don't mean to confuse you guys, but we'll rename this label to score label. This is where we will show or display our scores. All right. And for everything, even the sprites and all of the labels, all of the components, we will change the background color, image, all of that next week. Today, we're just going to add in components and the media over here by uploading each file. All right, so we got the label in. Next, we're going to have clock. Sorry about that. All right, we got clock in here. And again, we're gonna put that clock outside in the screen. And since it's a non-visible component, it's not gonna go inside the screen, but under the phone, which means that the user won't be able to see the clock, but it's there for us to use in our blocks section. So back to designer. We gotta rename this clock. We're gonna rename it move clock. Okay. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. All right, we've got clock 1. Second, we will add in another clock. We're gonna name this clock Y clock. Okay. Add in a third clock right over here. Rename this flap clock. Okay. So now we have 3.
What's a Y clock?
Huh?
Why'd you name it Y clock?
So the names won't make sense today, but it's just how the variables would work and how they would make sense. So Y clock basically means the Y dimension, so up or down, and that'll determine the bird's position and the velocity of it, like position and velocity. So that's why it's called Y clock.
Oh, okay. And shouldn't you do X?
No. Because we aren't moving in X, the bird will.
Oh, like the bird's only just going up and down, right?
Yeah. Or actually, Y clock is not for the bird. My bad. The move clock is for the bird, but Y clock. Oh yeah. Actually, you'll understand next time. I'm confusing myself trying to explain it to you guys without like the code behind it. But once we do add in the block code, it'll all fit into place. Because think of this like Pong, but better. Yeah. All right. So and then finally, there's going to be a fourth clock, which we're gonna call it continuous. Big word, guys. Flap clock. All right, and press OK. That is it for our clocks. We're gonna go ahead and add in our final components, which is a database. It's gonna be a tiny database. Add that in. And this database will be used to store the score. Kind of rhymes, but in order to save the score, we need some sort of place we want to save it until the next game is played. So that's what this database will do. And finally, that should be it. I'm just going to rename to score.db so that we know it's a database. And after the database, since it's a game, remember in any video game or phone games, there's always sound, which makes it more appealing. So we're gonna add in sound. Now we're gonna get to sound like towards the very, very end. So we don't have to worry about it right now, but it doesn't hurt to add in the components. So that's what we are going to do. So we're gonna add a score sound. Okay, not rename sound. Okay, add in another sound. there are going to be 4 sounds in total. Rename that sound to death sound. All right. And third, 3 out of 4 sounds. Third will be flap sound. Okay. And then the final sound will be a click sound. So when the user clicks on the screen. All right, sounds good. So that sounds about right for all of the components that we will be needing for this game. Now, you won't.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. But if you think about it, the end game, okay, the game towards the end that we want to make will use all of these components, including all of the sprites, and the score label, all the clocks, the database, and the sounds. And since it's a video game, it'll have more of the UI than the code, which I thought would be more helpful for us to understand all of this design blocks and components. So that's why I chose this game. And yeah, so those are our components. And finally, we're gonna add in our media. So it's gonna be a tedious process, but what you have to do is I will put in, so the link that I put in the classroom, go to that link.
No, it says no access.
What? All right, let's see if
Yeah, you have to request access.
let's see if I can fix that. All right, so all my spikes, I'm gonna share it with you guys. Oh, okay. Got it, and copy link. I'll put it in the comments. Now I'm gonna, looks like I cannot delete the comment, so I'm gonna delete this whole post and just make a new announcement so it's not as confusing.
Lobney, will this be our last step today?
Adding the media files, yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to make it as fast as possible so we can get out for 2, but let's go ahead. So what I did, I put a new link in the Google Classroom and just download that whole folder. And all we have to do is upload each file from that folder onto here.
So I opened it, then what?
You opened what?
I opened like the new link you said. After that, what do I do?
All right, so it worked, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now what you have to do is right click on the folder and then just download right over here. Download that whole folder. And once you do download, you will see it in your download section, either in your Finder if you have a Mac, or what is it? Files folder? I don't know what it's called in Windows, but File Explorer. Yeah, got it. So you'll find it in your downloads folder, and don't do anything in your File Explorer. Just go back to the MIT App Inventor and click Upload File, choose File, and it'll ask you where to choose it from, and upload each of those files onto here, just like I am doing. All right, I got 5 done. On to my 6th.
Lobney, can we leave once we're done? Or
Once
no?
you uploaded the files, yes, if you're in a hurry, definitely. Right. Just 5 to 7 more. 5 more, actually. And 4. Three, 2, and 1. All right, so all of my files are uploaded under media, and that's about it. That's the first step of making our app, Oh My Spikes, and the rest we're gonna continue in the following weeks. Today we just added components and media, and that's about it. But I know it was a tedious process, but trust me, we will thank ourselves later when we do have everything, like all of our resources, media, inside our upload folder, so we don't have to upload every time. And yeah, that's about it for this week. Hope you guys liked this session and learned something new today. And see you guys next week. Until then, yeah, continue.
Thank you, everybody, too, for filling out the survey. I saw we've got responses from everybody, so thank you.
Bye, fingers class.
Yep, bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.